Hey guys, Janelle here. Welcome to day, I forget at this point, of 12 Days of the Spiral. Today they're doing a Super Crown sell. They do this every now and then. Today they're doing basically where you can get up to 50% more crowns. And it's only one day only. So yeah, I'll leave a link in the description. Hopefully. And I'm really sorry I haven't uploaded 12 Days of the Spiral video for 2 days. I'm really sorry about that, guys. I've had migraines, and then I had a lot of homework. I had a migraine on Tuesday, and then yesterday I had a lot of homework. So yeah, I'm really sorry about that, guys. And I actually have a migraine again today, so this one is kind of hard for me to make. But yeah. Anyways, guys, let's get on to the video. Hey guys, Janelle here. So good content is interesting in any game, but it's especially interesting in Wizard101 and Pirate101 because not many people have covered it in detail, if at all. You can't just look this stuff up on the cutting room floor. You have to do tons of research to find this stuff. So I really hope you guys find this interesting because it wasn't easy to find, and there's probably way more that I don't know about, so maybe I'll do another part or something, I don't know. Anyways, please enjoy Wizard101 cut content. Now let's begin. First, with some simple concept art that never fully made it into the game or something. Note that I don't own any of these images. They were made by and are owned by KingsIsle Entertainment and are being used for educational purposes only. First is what seems to be an unused squid mount. It's possible that this was probably reused for another squid creature or something like that, minus the saddle. Next is art for a Boar Warrior NPC we never see in the game. It may have been used in Pyro101 instead, but the concept art says Wizard101 in the corner, so this one's a mystery to me. Next, we have some sort of gargoyle defender on a statue that looks similar to the one to the Draconian of the Lorekeeper spell, so maybe they used it as a base for that one or something. Next, we have what seems to be a Black Knight of sorts, and correct me if I'm wrong, but we don't see this anywhere in the game. It looks similar to Sir Mallory in Avalon, so maybe it was a base for him. Lastly, we have the concept art for the shark mount. Now this did make it into the final game, except for the pet part. Maybe they just never had time for this, or maybe they were just experimenting with it. But it could be possible that this may indicate they were planning at some point to make all the Celestia mounts pets, but they probably just didn't have enough time. Next we move on to removed beta areas, and areas with evidence of them still in the game. First are the unreachable lava islands in the Dragonspire's Labyrinth dungeon. Basically, this is all legendary for being a huge mystery in the community. One of the islands in the Labyrinth is for the Stormlord quest, but the other one's a mystery. What's weird is that there used to be tons of dragon pedestals, which you use in the dungeon to part the lava, that went unused. They were removed in a recent update, but they remained for years after Dragonspire's release. Not only that, but on the map were lava paths you could see and unused dragon pedestals were, as well as these 4 identical islands, one of which is used in a quest like I said, you can still see the paths to the islands on the map. The maps were drawn before the worlds were fully released, so this means that at one point we were able to use the pedestals to go to these islands. This could mean many, many things. My theory is that maybe in these islands, this is where the boss chambers were, and the bosses weren't roaming around the dungeon originally. This could also mean that maybe there were side areas or side trainers. This next one is in Krakatopia. So in Krakatopia, on the map, you can see what looks like a teleporter right in front of the entrance to the Pyramid of the Sun. But the thing is, in the final game, that teleporter actually isn't there. You can also see the teleporter in a model of Krakatopia in the map room. What's also interesting to know is that in the map room on the model of Krakatopia, the teleporter that leads to the secret shop actually isn't there, and the island for the secret shop is still there though. Next is inside the Pyramid of the Sun itself. If you go inside the Pyramid of the Sun, the main entrance, if you look around, you can actually see a bunch of random staircases that aren't connected, a bunch of doors. Some of them don't have any staircases, and they're all just kind of scattered about. You can also see them on the map. Presumably, they were originally going to be used, but then they put a statue in the middle because the KingsIsle didn't have enough time to finish them and put areas connecting to them. So they put a statue in there to explain why we couldn't go there. Fans have been speculating about this for years because it seems very, very mysterious, and it's just kind of cool that they're never even mentioned, but it's just really cool. Next we have the unused puzzle room in the Karanon Palace. Basically, this room was discovered when 2 friends teleported to each other at the exact same time in the Karanon Palace. This is an unused puzzle room you can actually see on the map, but you can only discern it from the rest of the map if you actually know exactly where it is. You can see the door on the outside leading to it, but you cannot open it. When you pull the lever in the room, a cage will come down, and in order to unlock the cage, you would have to enter the right combination on the pedestals. Once you would solve this puzzle, nothing would happen. This room was fully functional and everything, but it doesn't have any other connection to the rest of the dungeon. No one really knows why it was there. The glitch leading to this area was removed in a recent update in the past couple of years. To this day, people still don't know why it was removed, although it was likely that the dungeon was going to be much more complex, but because KingsIsle had no use for it, they just decided to take it out. Next, we're going to be talking about concepts that never even made it into the game. So the first one is Alisar. Alisar in lore is basically this lost city or hidden city that Queen Elisa in Zafaria, when she lost her power, fled to. And basically, Alisar was going to be the level 100 dungeon, but then was replaced by Darkmoor. The only reason we even know about it is because it was briefly mentioned at some point in some random interview. So yeah, I have very little information on it. I don't even know why it was replaced by Darkmoor. So yeah, I couldn't even find the interview. The only reason I know about the interview is because I heard about it in some YouTube video. Finally is Penguinenya. So, and my sources on this are fairly shady. Basically, Penguinenya at some point was going to be the world where that Zafaria was going to be. Penguinenya is actually a world in lore. It was part of the Polarian War, and apparently a lot of the penguins from Polaris, I think, are from there. So yeah, what we know as Zafaria was going to be Penguinenya, supposedly, but then they decided to go with Zafaria instead. I don't know why, but yeah. So Penguinenya is a world that we almost got, but instead we got Zafaria, which I'm really happy about because we had just barely gotten Wintertusk, so it would have just been kind of like really dry, I guess, you know, really redundant to get 2 winter worlds in a row, you know? So, yeah. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I really hope you guys found this interesting.